Christina sat at the elegant dining table in her sister-in-law Na's home, surrounded by family for their monthly brunch. The clinking of cutlery and soft chatter filled the air, but something felt off. At 29, Christina never imagined she'd question her husband James's intentions, yet today, his forced smile as he handed her a cup of coffee raised alarm bells. "Try the coffee I made just for you, honey," he said, his voice overly sweet. The metallic scent hit her immediately, twisting her stomach with unease. For years, Christina had endured strange illnesses, dizziness, nausea, and fatigue that seemed to occur only after meals at Na's or with James. At first, she dismissed them as coincidences, but the pattern became undeniable. She recalled a harrowing visit to urgent care after drinking tea at Na's. Na insisted it was prepared the same as her own, yet the doctors couldn't explain Christina's symptoms. Each incident left her weaker, and James's quick excuses, "Maybe you're coming down with something," only deepened her suspicions. As she stared at the coffee, her mind raced. Was this another attempt to make her sick? The whispers between James and Na, their overly attentive behavior, and the recurring illnesses all pointed to something sinister. Christina couldn't ignore her instincts any longer. She had to act. Pretending to sip the coffee, she watched James and Na from the corner of her eye. Na leaned forward, her tone smug. "James has become quite the barista, practicing just for you." The words dripped with a hidden meaning, sending a chill down Christina's spine. Her heart pounded as she lifted the cup, the metallic smell overwhelming. She couldn't drink it, not yet. "Oh, I need to take a work call," Christina said, forcing a smile. "Nah, can I use your study?" Without waiting for a response, she stood, deliberately stumbling as she passed Na's place setting. In the chaos, she swapped her coffee cup with Na's, her hands trembling but steady enough to execute the switch. "I'm such a klutz," she apologized, watching Na's tight smile. In the study, Christina's heart raced as she pretended to make a call, her eyes fixed on the dining room. Would Na drink from the swapped cup? Moments later, Na picked up the coffee, Christina's coffee, and took a sip. Christina's breath caught as Na's face shifted from calm to confusion. Her hands began to tremble, and she set the cup down, her eyes wide with panic. "James, what's happening?" Na whispered, clutching the table. James leapt up, knocking over his chair. "Na, what's wrong?" he asked, his voice thick with fear. Na tried to stand but collapsed back into her chair, gasping. "What did you put in that coffee?" Christina's suspicions were confirmed. The coffee was meant for her, laced with something dangerous. Na's trembling form and James's panic revealed the truth. They had been poisoning her for months, targeting her health and career out of jealousy. Na, a rival in their shared industry, envied Christina's success, particularly her recent win of the Henderson account. James, complicit in the scheme, had betrayed his own wife. As Na's condition worsened, Christina dialed 911, her voice calm despite the chaos. "My sister-in-law is having a severe reaction to something in her coffee. She's conscious but trembling violently. Please send an ambulance." She kept her phone recording, capturing every moment. Na's voice, weak and desperate, cut through the tension. "You knew, didn't you?" she accused, her eyes locking onto Christina's. "We just wanted you out of the way. You were stealing every client, every opportunity. We thought if you were sick, you'd miss the Henderson presentation." Christina's stomach churned. It wasn't just about her health, it was about sabotage. Na and James had plotted to undermine her career, poisoning her to make her seem unreliable. James stood silent, his face pale, his excuses crumbling. "Na, stop," he muttered, but it was too late. "You've made your choices," Christina said, her voice steady. "Now you'll face the consequences." The sound of sirens grew closer, and paramedics rushed in, tending to Na. Christina stepped back, her phone still recording. She sent the audio to her lawyer, ensuring the evidence was secure. At the hospital, Christina waited as Na was stabilized. Dr. Phillips approached, his expression grave. "The substances in your sister-in-law's blood are alarming, deliberate poisoning. We'll notify the authorities." Christina nodded, the weight of the truth settling in. She had survived a betrayal that could have cost her life. James never appeared at the hospital, likely fleeing the consequences. Christina reviewed the recording again, Na's confession echoing in her mind. "We just wanted you out of the way." The words stung, but they also empowered her. She had uncovered the truth, and now she could rebuild. Sitting in the sterile hospital room, Christina reflected on the past months, the unexplained illnesses, the hospital visits, the nagging doubts. It was all clear now. Na and James had woven a toxic web, but she had broken free. As Na lay unconscious, fighting the poison meant for Christina, the reality of their betrayal sank in. Na's jealousy and James's complicity had driven them to attempt murder. Christina took a deep breath, her resolve unshaken. She had trusted her instincts, gathered evidence, and exposed the truth. The law would handle the rest. As she left the hospital, she whispered, "Thank you," to herself for surviving, for fighting, for reclaiming her life. This was her turning point. Her marriage was shattered, her trust broken, but Christina was no longer a victim. She was a survivor, ready to heal and build a future free from betrayal. The truth had set her free, and she would never let anyone dim her light again. If you've faced betrayal or a toxic situation, trust your instincts. Stand up for yourself. You have the power to take control and rebuild. Share your story below, and let's inspire each other to rise above.